Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Gobbybeats here on Twitch. I am not a fan of the DJ program. I think it harms creators more than it helps them. And I wanted to go over this piece by piece because there's a lot of information going around. And so not only do I want to show verbatim what Twitch has posted, but respond to each of the individual pieces. The DJ program is set to launch tomorrow at the time of recording. And we this is what we know about the program. This is the program right here. The internet can work better for DJs. For DJs to grow their influence on Twitch and beyond, they need a safe way to create, stream, and monetize their live music content. We're proud to be the first service to have partnered with the music industry to build a long-term home for DJs. That's not true. Mixcloud did it first. But we'll move on. A big step forward for the global DJ community. This announcement is a huge step forward for DJs who want to share their music online. Twitch helping solve this problem shows how much potential there is and how important DJs are to the Twitch community. That's from Steve Aoki, who was paid to do all this and spokesperson and was not a Twitch streamer prior, which is frustrating. Definitely when you got a front page slot for this. How does it work? DJs who opt in will be able to live stream the vast majority of popular music without risk of takedowns, and will qualify for new opportunities on Twitch we haven't been able to previously offer. The rights to stream. The Twitch DJ program lets you stream DJ sets using the vast majority of popular music. A searchable catalog, constantly updated with new releases, means you'll be able to view the millions of tracks that are covered to stream as part of the program as a part of Twitch deals with music rights holders. Now, first off, I do not disagree that Twitch needed to find a solution to the big copyright issue. That is 100% true, nothing to disagree with because that's the law. But execution could have been better. New DJ terms. DJs face the challenges of takedowns, muted streams, and bans across many of the major services. To tackle these issues for Twitch DJs, we've had ongoing discussions with music companies to develop a solution. After several years, we finally reached an agreement that makes it possible for both DJs to use popular music and musicians to be paid when their music is used in live DJ sets. When DJs use music created by others, it's important that any revenue-generated interest also be shared with these musicians. Yeah, they're using musicians a lot, but it's labels. And we don't know what deals the labels have with giving that money to the musicians, just to be clear. Earnings sharing. We set aside a portion of earnings generated by your channel to be paid to musicians via the music companies that represent them, i.e. the labels. These costs will vary across different monetization products. For most streamers, Twitch will be splitting these costs 50-50 with you. While we are prohibited from sharing the exact rates up front, our subsidy program will make sure that these costs come in gradually over time as we invest more in promoting DJs and attempt to grow overall viewership in the category. Okay, this is first problem number one. They are not telling us how much they're going to take. They are not telling us costs, and they are not going to be transparent in our earnings breakdowns of what we're going to owe. Is it on a per song basis? Is it we're not doing flat rates like Mixcloud and other licensing opportunities. We are having to share an indeterminate amount of revenue. And none of us know. No one in the DJ community knows how much this is going to cost. And the only assurance that we have that we're still going to make anything is that Clancy on a live stream, Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch, said that we don't want to take any more than an additional 25%. So theoretically, at most, we will lose 75% of total revenue. Now, here's where things get unkind. One, Twitch takes a 50-50 split of all subs. They've made it clear that bits and other revenue forms are up for grabs with the DJ program. So Twitch is going to make their money off of bits when you buy them, and then the bits that are coming in are going to be taken by some percentage to pay for the licensing of this music in a deal that we aren't allowed to see. So every month, if I were to sign on, I have to trust Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, known for their incredible business ethics, to take the fair amount out of my earnings. And keep in mind, that's your money, you the viewers, that provide to us. So even less is going to make it into our bank accounts, essentially. It's going to pay Twitch and subsidize this contract that they negotiated. The 1-year subsidy does help. However, I like that is helpful for setting expectations, but without any transparency on the costs, it like no business really does that. Like your employer can't just say, "Oh, we're taking up to 25%. We're not going to tell you why." Or when you go and buy something or have a service, those things are itemized. No VODs, clips, or highlights. DJs opted into the program will not be able to save VODs, clips, or highlights to Twitch. VODs, clips, and highlights involve different rights than live streams. We are creating additional promotion and discovery opportunities to extend the reach and impact of DJ content. This is 100% true. The copyright laws differ greatly between recorded content and live content. That is true. However, if you stream other content, keep in mind, this is a blanket ban. Like you just don't have that feature. And I'll show you in the terms later that this also includes your channel trailer. You will no longer be able to have a channel trailer. Like, which is weird. Like, if they said, "Oh, we need you to submit all channel trailers to make sure there's no copyrighted music," I'd go, "Oh, fair. Yeah, let's not walk right into a hornet's nest." But no, they're just not letting you have one. No channel trailer, bye. Nothing recorded whatsoever. And the clips piece is particularly onerous for me because clips are the way that viewers communicate to content creators that this was a special moment in their live stream and are used for advertising our channels outside. So that's a really big hit. Like the no VODs, clips, or highlights is a very high cost of doing business. Now you can still record your stuff manually using OBS, but you might not be able to publish it. We'll talk about that later. Program is optional, but the status quo is changing. It's crucial that DJs understand the status quo on Twitch was not sustainable. Absolutely true. And that any viable future for the community required we find a solution. The DJ program is opt-in and you are not required to join. You are also free to opt out after you join. But if you live stream DJ sets and you don't have the rights to do so outside of the program, you will need to join the DJ program to be exposed to the risk of takedown strikes and bans. All true. This is something that I don't think a lot of people understand, is that this program, we haven't been getting DMCA strikes, but this program, from a legal sense, could very well require Twitch to enforce much more stringently. Now, with that being said, that's speculation. We will see how this starts to play out. But enforcing, the term I'm looking for specifically is good faith. They need to start enforcing in good faith. Up until now, we might not have had the level of enforcement that the record labels would have wanted because they were currently in negotiations. And blowing up those categories and future revenue options was going to hurt both Twitch and the labels that they were negotiating with. Do not play pre-release music. Our program does not allow you to stream pre-release or unreleased tracks, music that has not been released to the public by the rights holder on a digital music service or in physical media. If you stream these tracks, your channel may be subject to DMCA takedowns and account enforcement, with penalties including termination of your stream and DJ suspension and suspension of your channel. Yeah, let's just open up that DJ program to why we got that link right there. Now, this is pretty straightforward. What they're trying to say is they've made it pretty clear that this pre-release thing is really meant more for if an album gets leaked and you pick it up off of a torrent site or somewhere else, don't play it. because you are just shooting yourself in the foot. Now, if you have permissions, they talk about that in the terms, which we will come back to. For DJs only, the Twitch DJ program is designed for channels that stream DJ sets and is not applicable to other music uses, like that used in the background of a gaming or just chatting stream. To better understand who exactly this program is for, read the fact below. That's a pretty big one. This is not saying Twitch did not negotiate music rights for every streamer. And DJ is a performance, and that does have implications in copyright law. So here's the DJ program FAQ. We went over, so this was what we went over earlier. What is the DJ program? Who can join the DJ program? In the Twitch DJ program, anyone can be a DJ if they want to live stream themselves playing recorded music for the enjoyment of their Twitch viewers. This program is not just limited to dance or electronic music, but applies to any channel that is using music as a primary focus of their live stream, where they are mixing pre-recorded music where they do not have the rights. This program applies to anyone who wants to DJ and makes that activity the main focus of their streams. You can be a DJ no matter how frequently you stream, regardless of whether you know anything about mixing, remixing, or creating mashups. Let's talk about that last sentence. Know anything about mixing, remixing, or creating mashups? This I find to be an onerous statement because there's always been talk within copyright and stuff at what happens, like what point in a mashup does it become transformative, that it becomes something else and is able to be considered fair use. This largely is saying that that doesn't apply. That if you were creating a mashup, that you would be falling under the DJ program despite no matter how transformative it is, which is a gray area in copyright, but that feels to me that I get the impression that they're casting a pretty wide net for what they're going to count as DJ content. If you are not primarily a DJ streamer, but stream DJ content occasionally, we recommend creating a separate additional account dedicated to your DJ streams. So the DJ program terms apply to your DJ content. If you DJ for the majority of your stream time, we recommend keeping a single account. If you are already an affiliate or partner and aim to create a secondary DJ account, please visit our guide with instructions how to link your accounts. Yes, you have to go through a help document, but you can link them. I have heard reports that if you link your accounts, they will share copyright strikes. So if you get a copyright strike from a claim because you were playing Cyberpunk 2077 and there was the licensing for the music in game was no longer covered for streaming, and you got a copyright strike, that would be added to your DJ account. And if you violated in the DJ account, it would go over to your video game account. That can be bothersome, especially if you are running at 2 strikes, because you could accidentally torpedo your channel. Yep. So earning sharing, we went over that. No VODs, clips, or highlights, or uploads. Yeah, see, this is another thing. DJs opted into the program will not be able to save VODs, clips, highlights, or uploads, including channel trailers, to Twitch. VODs, clips, highlights, and uploads involve different rights than live streams. Due to contractual restrictions, the DJ program is not available worldwide, so Belarus, Russia, China, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, South Korea, and Syria will not be included. But they did have to negotiate copyright for a global enterprise, which is a big deal. How to join the program. How does the DJ catalog work? The Twitch DJ Music Catalog is a searchable database that contains millions of track tiles that streamers who enroll in the program are allowed to live stream on their channels as part of their performances. This catalog is constantly updated with new releases, offering a real-time look at all the tracks that DJs are allowed to stream as part of this offering. It does not contain music files and is designed to be a reference for DJs to search and understand with certainty which tracks they are allowed to stream as part of this offering and which tracks are blocked. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too major about that, but we'll get into the catalog and kind of give you a run through of it. You are not limited to performing DJ sets with music tracks from the catalog, but if you choose to venture beyond the catalog, you are responsible for ensuring you have the necessary rights or authority to use the music. The information about what tracks are included in the catalog is tended to serve as a definitive reference point that gives you clarity as to what music is covered for you to perform as part of the DJ program under Twitch's deal with music companies. If you stream music that is not included in the catalog, including tracks which do not appear in the catalog database of which are not marked as allowed, you do so at your own risk and may be subject to DMCA claims and enforcement actions if you lack the necessary rights or authority to use the music. This is a big deal because there is what they're not telling you is that they have not built any sort of team or department to handle licensing. As far as I know, other than contacting customer service, there's no way to have music added, music that you've made, other than making a ticket and hoping to do something. And there's no way to upload license rights. Like if you had a contract, you could scan and upload it ahead of time. This is onerous for a couple of reasons. One, if you get a takedown, and that is your third strike, your channel goes down, and then you're contesting. You're also contesting a very uphill battle because your channel is now deleted. It's taken down. You're no longer able to stream and earn revenue, and you're kind of having to play guilty until proven innocent. Now, this happens on a lot of other platforms, YouTube and such. And there will be, and honestly, they haven't talked about if a DMCA claim can end up in loss of revenue or if it's just punitive action. The thing that I want to stress here is that not that the catalog in of itself is bad, but if there isn't a suitable way of recourse to work with Twitch on proving rights or being able to do due diligence ahead of time, that can be problematic if bad actors enter into the foray. And I'll get into that in just a sec. In the description of the video, you're going to see a link to one of Pirate Software's videos about how 300 videos of his had takedowns because of fraud. And it was clever fraud. And very possibly, if he did not have assistance from the company that did the samples that he was using for his music, which he bought the rights to, he could have had massive revenue loss. And he had to do claims for 300 videos individually. This is rough. Very rough. Definitely on a creator who might be scrambling, looking down the barrel of a channel going down. What I want to see from Twitch in this is them going, yes, we have hired people full-time to handle this problem directly. Right? Like this is, I want them to go, we've hired these people, we have a department looking at this, and here is this entire customer-facing portal a customer-facing, a streamer-facing interface, some text box, customer service that will that you can talk directly with our licensing team. Nothing like that's been announced. Restricted artist list. As a supplemental quick reference resource for DJs, we have compiled a list of artists whose tracks are generally marked as restricted and are excluded from the catalog. We'll take a look at that too. What music can I play? The Twitch DJ music catalog contains millions of tracks representing the vast majority of popular music, hundreds of thousands of independently released tracks, niche subgenres, and more. Our agreement with rights holders allows you to live stream these tracks in your DJ sets. If you stream music that is not marked as allowed or that does not appear in the catalog, you do so at your own risk and may be subject to DMCA penalties and enforcement actions if you don't have the necessary rights or authority to use the music. I've talked to multiple DJs. A lot of them, the music they play is not mentioned, allowed, or restricted. It is gone, and there is currently no way to ask them to look into this music, right? Because part of what's great about being a DJ is that you get to hunt for tracks and you get to find that underground stuff and you get to show your audience that music and expose them to these artists. And like I said, I'm going to get back to that bad actors piece. Understanding DJ program earnings. To cover the music rights costs associated with the DJ program, we set aside a portion of earnings generated by your channel to be paid to music companies for the benefit of the musicians they represent. Yeah. That. Because the record companies and rights holders are famous for treating artists great. These costs will be a percentage of total revenue. That means this earnings share required to cover music rights costs is proportional to the amount of money you earn. A streamer that earns very little revenue will pay the same percentage of their earning as a larger streamer who earns more. There are no upfront fees. Twitch is splitting these costs with you, although we'll be initially absorbing more of the cost through our subsidy program, so you have time to adjust and forecast. Non-monetizing DJs, Twitch is covering the music right costs for DJs who aren't yet monetizing. One thing I don't like is that it's a percentage, because there's no transparency. I don't know where that money's going. Is Twitch shoring up their bottom line? Are part of their record deal, I have to pay a label for music I didn't play from them because maybe Twitch had to pay restitution to them for the years that this program was not involved. We don't know that, and that's speculation, and it might not be fair to Twitch. But if you're not willing to have transparency, and that transparency is supposed to build trust, then I'm going to speculate. DJ promotions and clubs. DJs who are on the program are eligible to be included in front page promotional shelves and other reoccurring promotional initiatives. This is all stuff like Creator Club, the new Twitch, like the new channel category of DJs, which is all well and good. I'll be honest, I haven't really had a lot of, like, nothing about it really excited me. When they are doing this big festival for the launch of the category, and the majority of the DJs that are on that list were not Twitch streamers previously. I think it is very cool that Subfocus is coming to do a set, but they weren't there building the DJ category. They weren't the ones that were building communities. Twitch is just kind of handing all these big IRL DJs this big fat wad of cash and saying, hey, we need you to legitimize our program to the people who are already here. If that program was much more layered with Twitch DJs being able to benefit from these big names, I would have had less problem with it. But when I looked through the list, I saw 3 names that I knew were Twitch streamers prior to the program. All right. DJ program terms. This is the important one. So you've had the FAQ, you've had the overview, but these are the actual terms. These are, for all intents and purposes, should be the legal binding terms of the agreement, and thus should be superseding anything the other guides say. So, if these terms contradict what they say in the FAQ, it is prudent to consider these the definitive statement on the subject. You may disagree with that, but this is where the legalese is. And this is a contract. Yeah, please, let's look right here. Please read these DJ program terms, the terms of service, and if applicable, the monetization agreement carefully, as they contain important information regarding your legal rights, remedies, and obligations. They contain, among other things, dispute resolution provisions that include an agreement to arbitrate, which requires, with limited exceptions, that all disputes between you and Twitch be reserved by binding and final arbitration. I don't know if the arbitration clause was already in the Twitch piece, like for being affiliate and stuff. But the point is, this is the contract. This is the legal. This is what is the definitive statement on Twitch's stance on the DJ program and where they land with everything. Available of the Twitch DJ program, Twitch will determine in its sole discretion from time to time the countries and geographic regions where the DJ program or Twitch catalog are currently available. That's pretty standard. This is just talking about countries where it's banned. Twitch DJ catalog. Here we go. A. The Twitch DJ catalog is the collection of information about music audio tracks which are currently identified as being permissible for participating DJs to live stream via their Twitch channel. The Twitch DJ catalog is updated on an ongoing basis and may include artist name, track title, and other identifying information for the catalog tracks. By opting into the DJ program, you may gain access to the Twitch DJ catalog. When you access the catalog, you are allowed by Twitch on a limited, non-exclusive, non-transferable to live stream your copies of the catalog tracks as part of a live audio-visual performance taking place on your Twitch channel within the program territory, i.e. not a banned country. You may continue to be allowed to do so throughout the period that begins on the day you opt into the program and continues through and until your participation in the program is either ended by you or Twitch, whichever is earlier, provided you comply with the terms and service. Also, you can access the DJ catalog. I'll have a link to it. You do not have to opt into the program to see the catalog. As a reminder, you may not use music owned by others on the Twitch services unless and until you have opted into the DJ program or have otherwise obtained all necessary rights from the applicable rights holders. The Twitch DJ catalog is the intellectual property of Twitch and or rights holders that have entered into the contracts with Twitch. The Twitch DJ catalog has not been sold, licensed, or transferred to you or cleared for use outside of the Twitch services or the DJ program territory. Which means I really can't show it. Right? Like I can't show the catalog. But I can link to it and you can use it and you can search within it. Now, important piece there. If it is in the catalog and you are not in the DJ program, you cannot stream it. Period. All that music is off limits to you. Unless you have prior authorization. Which is not surprising. So if you do not opt in, and that music is in the catalog and allowed, and you play it, and you don't have the rights, you're subject to takedown. That's pretty cut and dry. Twitch DJ program rules. As a participating DJ, you agree that at all times to comply with the following. Respect other creators. Do not include any music not included in the Twitch DJ catalog unless you have obtained written permission from all the applicable rights holders. So, this is the harsh language for what they were saying earlier. Do not include any music you do not have the rights to. That's pretty standard. That was the case before the program, is the case now. But they are now putting it in clear terms. Don't do it. And if you cannot communicate, and it is up to, if you cannot communicate to those rights holders, you cannot play it. And if for any reason you do not get all the rights holders, because it is your responsibility to contact everybody. If the artist used a sample, you get agreement from them, but you didn't get agreement from a sample holder, you could still be held liable. That's standard copyright. That's nothing onerous. Do not use an artist's name, image, or likeness, or any name or trademark owned or controlled by a record label or other music company in a way that suggests the artist, label, or company endorses or promotes your channel or any of the user content. That's pretty standard. Don't say you're endorsed by X person if you're not endorsed by them. Do not play music videos or other third-party audio-visual content without written permission from the applicable party. So yeah, this is, unfortunately, we might see DMCA takedowns for reaction content. Those who watch music videos and react and listen to songs suggested by their viewers. Do not rebroadcast or simulcast concerts or similar live performance of artists, whether from venues or other services without written permission. Don't stream somebody else's concert. Be a performer, not a jukebox. Do not publicly share set lists ahead of a DJ performance or live stream requests from the audience immediately after they are made. The pre-set list thing feels weird just because a lot of people prep their set lists, but I digress. Live stream requests, I guess they're saying take some time with it, but they're not off the table, but they also don't tell you how long you're supposed to wait. Is it 30 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 3 songs, 2 songs? Do not play a full album or substantially all of an album of catalog tracks in one live stream. Do not play catalog tracks from only one artist in one live stream. This applies to catalog tracks regardless of whether an artist appears as a featured artist, meaning the artist is listed as a main performer of a catalog track, or as a side artist, meaning the artist is listed as a guest or additional performer on a catalog track. This one's kind of weird, and it feels like it particularly screws hip-hop a little bit, because there are so many guest appearances. But yeah, at a certain point, you can play too much of one artist. That's not defined. It's vague, which sucks. I don't like vague terms. I would rather there be, you can only play 4 of the songs from an artist within an hour block, right? But they didn't say that. It feels vague. It asks questions. It makes you you're asked to put your judgment to good use without a reference point. Some might consider me nitpicking on that. Put on a live audio-visual show. The DJ program is for live streaming only. Do not record or rebroadcast your DJ performances or the performance of other participating DJs. You are not allowed to multi-stream. Period. You are not allowed to take that set and post it to Mixcloud. You aren't allowed to let it exist at any point outside of your live stream. So when you record a set separately and post it to Mixcloud, no more. You can't do that. Do not create or upload VODs, clips, or any other recording containing catalog tracks using Twitch services. If you use a catalog track, that is essentially saying it has to stay on Twitch. It has to stay within the live thing. It can't go anywhere else. So when you opted in, you also agreed to not put your content out anywhere else when it was used within Twitch. If you record a set separately outside of Twitch, that's one thing. But your streams within Twitch need to stay there live and cannot be recorded and then reproduced elsewhere. No posting it to YouTube. No posting it to Twitch. Nothing. The DJ program is not for audio-only broadcasts. Do not live stream music without an accompanying live, interactive audio-visual performance, i.e. no audio-only or automated broadcasts are permitted. This one scared a few people because they don't do a lot of stuff live. They might show waveforms and stuff like that. It's murky, but it seems like they're just trying to stop 24/7 radio channels from existing, which I have no beef with. I do hope that there isn't going to be outrageous enforcement of what is a live audio video broadcast, because it's not defined. If they said you need to be showing, your decks need to be showing or something like that, that would be clearly defined, but it's not. So I'm going to assume that everything that I've seen by the majority of DJ streamers in the FF14 scene should be fine, because they did put this in there. That seems to be what they're trying to clarify, particularly. Follow the rules. Check the Twitch DJ catalog and live stream only catalog tracks currently listed. If a track is not specifically listed as a catalog track in the Twitch DJ catalog, you are not permitted to use that track in connection with your DJ performances unless you obtain written permission from the applicable rights holders. As music rights tend to evolve over time, we expect to both add music to and remove music from the Twitch DJ catalog on an ongoing basis. So make sure to recheck the Twitch DJ catalog on a regular basis, even for music that you previously confirmed was listed as permitted in the Twitch DJ catalog. So yeah, you checked it once, you got to check it again. How frequently you need to check that, I don't know. They haven't talked about if they're going to put out any sort of change log, if they're going to push notifications for when the catalog is updated and for you to check. And at its current, the catalog is not easy to search with. It's not bad, but it ain't great. I can tell you that much. I'm sure somebody, if the API is open, will make something that you can use eventually to cross-reference with Rekordbox, Serato, and your other programs. But when I went through a lot of my DJ sets, a lot of music was not represented in there. Like, when I say not represented, I mean like it didn't like some of it said aloud, but the stuff like Vengeant, who is a favorite artist of mine, I love to play. His bootlegs weren't listed at all. Not denied, but weren't listed, which was weird to me because you end up having to ask yourself, okay, why was that missing from the deal? Were they because granted, you might be getting into some licensing issues and like how because bootlegs don't always appear on Spotify and stuff because they didn't get the rights to the samples that they use. But bootlegs are a part of DJ culture. It sucks to not be missing them, but it sucks more that I don't know where I land with them. They're not in the catalog, so I can't use them. So then my only recourse to get a confirmation is either to ask Twitch or contact Vengeance record label and be like, yo, do I have the rights to play this on stream? Which is a very time-consuming task. But that's what they would want at the end of the day. Participating in Twitch monetization programs, as provided the monetization across providing Twitch servers, blah, 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 blah. That's all when you opt in, how much money. DJ program branded content. As a participating DJ, you may only include branding content in the form of product placements, including physical signage and logos, overlays, and on-stream callouts in your streams. You may not include any other forms of branded content in your streams unless specifically permitted by Twitch, including sponsorships arranged through Twitch, which means that some of their drop programs might not be available to you. To be perfectly honest, the branded content thing is a little confusing to me. It's obviously you can still have sponsored content, but I'm guessing if you're on the DJ program in a game, or even I guess a like Pioneer DJ or these other programs offered a sponsorship to you, you would need to go through Twitch to get that approved. But honestly, I don't know. That's something for a lawyer to look at. Modification of these DJ program terms. Twitch may amend any of these DJ terms by posting the amendment terms and updating the last updated date above. Pretty standard. That's what they do now. Terminating your participation in the Twitch DJ program. And yeah, that's pretty standard as well. So that is just about everything. So let's talk. One thing I can show you, though, is the restricted artists in the DJ program. And because I do not believe that is part, it is not the catalog that shows it. It's a separate link. View restricted artists. So these are all the artists that are unavailable or have very limited songs. Black Sabbath, Blake Shelton, Bob Marley, Bob Seger, Crosby, Stills and Nash, David Bowie, Def Leppard, Diablo, Eagles, Ed Sheeran, Clapton, Fleetwood Mac, George Harrison of the Beatles, Glenn Frey, Green Day, Jay-Z, John Lennon, Led Zeppelin, Macklemore, Madonna, Metallica, Neil Young, Paul McCartney, Phil Collins, Prince, Queen, Rammstein, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Steely Dan, Steve Miller, the Beatles, the Black Keys, the Doors, Tom Waits, Tracy Chapman, Van Halen, Van Morrison. Those are all off the table, along with the ones I didn't even mention. It should be noted that most likely that was because they couldn't afford the rights to those artists. A lot of them were big names. But by extension, that means if you were using a mashup or a mix with those samples of a song, say from Metallica, reasonably speaking, you can't play it. And so we've gone over what Twitch has said. This is the stuff that they haven't said that leaves me to worry. I mentioned earlier, there's no talk about a resolution department, about a way to communicate this stuff, about a way to add license hold, like add documents showing that you have the licenses, that there's a contract, that there's written approval of that stuff. That is bothersome, right? Like that bothers me considerably because I would want to do my due diligence and show ahead of time that I had these rights. And so that if a copyright claim comes in, I'm not caught on the back foot having to prove to Twitch that I did have the rights. I would like to have that claim come in. Twitch goes, oh, he's got a document here saying it is. Because if I'm get caught up in an algorithm that hits me, I do not want to be the first thing to happen is that, oh, he's in the wrong. Hit him with the strike. He'll appeal. We'll maybe take it off. That kind of operation doesn't bring confidence. And in YouTube, one of the things I don't like is that there's bad actors that try to steal revenue from other creators by doing false copyright claims. I don't know if that's something that Twitch will have a problem with because we don't know if revenue will be removed if you didn't have authorization from those artists. But if there is, that means there would be a profit motive for fraud to be committed, which means that defending your ability to say that you had the rights or that you created this music is imperative. Twitch needs to get on that like yesterday. Also, Twitch needs to also have a forum where they're going to get absolutely assaulted with song requests. Straight up. We have to be able to put statements saying, please talk to this label. They're an underground electronic label. We would like you to start working the agreements so they can start building a list of what the DJs want. Because right now, what the DJ catalog does is it limits us. It gives us the rights, but it gives us a specific pool to draw from. I have friends who you may know that do amazing psytrance sets, but that music isn't representative because it's niche. And they've focused on popular music, which makes sense, but DJs also do niche work. And if you are removing our ability to do that without massive legwork on our end, that makes our lives difficult. And if we do get hit by those DMCA takedowns, we need a way to defend ourselves or put that music into the catalog. One of the things I don't like either is that I want to know when a DMCA strikes come down, has Twitch done the work to make sure that it's verifiable? Did they verify that this is the rights holder? Because that's an issue with YouTube right now, is that despite some being quite clever about it, they're not verifying if they're actually the rights holders. And when it comes to copyright, these things are usually handled in a court of law. So Twitch doesn't get involved. Twitch is not the arbiter of if something is allowed or not, or if you have the rights. They are just a platform. They are a third party. So when someone comes to a claim, historically, it's between two parties like record labels that have lawyers. But now with the advent of streaming and recording in YouTube, it's more than that, right? So if a dispute comes in, you're supposed to handle it in a court of law, which is kind of untenable for a lot of people. And so if you can't do that, you need to get the original rights holders, if it's a case of fraud, to come to bat for you, and it becomes a whole thing. And I worry that Twitch has no motive to build those systems out and is basically going to continue to create an environment that says, well, just use what's in the catalog. Sorry that your subgenre isn't represented. That's just how it is. That is speculation, but what I'm proposing costs money, and they might not be wanting to spend that money. Last but not least, some advice for DJs. If you do not like the DJ program like I do, there are options out there. Transformative work exists within Live. Take those like 8-Bit Drummer or Chainbrain on guitar and a myriad of other music streams. If you are a DJ with skills that go far enough that you've got some years under your belt, or if you practice real hard that you know how to do tone play mixing, and you're very good about creatively using samples and loops and stuff like that, you might be close enough that you can make the jump to a more live option. I plan to do that with finger drumming and guitar playing, because once you add that performative aspect, you won't be bound by the DJ rules. You can play that copyrighted music. You can play those band tracks because you are not just playing an MP3 of somebody's recorded music. It's performative, it becomes transformative. And unless Twitch decides to go after a lot of channels for that, that shouldn't be changing and would remain an option for you. That's what I plan to do in response to the DJ program. I do not want to lose revenue, have the songs that I play reduced to what's in the catalog, and be limited creatively. And so I plan to try and move beyond the confines of DJing on Twitch. Hopefully there's some clarification. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments here on the video. I will do my best to answer them. I would like to just finish off with saying that this is just my opinion. If you got the impression that I feel like the sky is falling or that I'm overreacting, that's perfectly valid. This is a subjective thing. This isn't objective. But I know that when I read those terms, things felt vague, things felt restrictive, and I felt like I was paying a very high cost for so much less as an artist. And to quote one of the restricted artists on that list, Macklemore, I would rather be a starving artist than succeed at getting fucked. Everyone, you have a good weekend. I hope to see you guys on Twitch. Party on.